Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, there's China Rising as well, which I believe is out now on Xbox One, is it?
It's that, isn't it? That's PS4 as well, isn't it?
Is it on both? I'm getting so confused. All the different versions, premium, not premium, exclusives here, not exclusives there. But anyway, yeah, I played this at the same time as Second Assault at EA. I'll just quickly give a rundown of the 4 maps. It's a strange pack. I mean, we didn't play... You know, to really get an understanding of a Battlefield map, you need to play it for weeks, if not months. It's like a football game, isn't it? And then naturally tactics will evolve and choke points will naturally happen. You know, the map design is designed in a certain way, but it's not like a Call of Duty map where you have very specific angles and lines of sight and choke points. They exist, but I always found a Battlefield map is more like a suggestion of what you could do here, and then the players will take control of what it'll end up being. So that's very much the case in China Rising. So 4 maps based in China. First one I'll talk about is called Silk Road, which is set in the desert. It's a bunch of sand dunes, and then in the middle is like a very, very flat military base. It kind of looks like that tiny map in Call of Duty 4. Do you remember that really, really tiny map in COD 4?
Wait, yeah, I think I know the one you mean.
It looks like that. It's a bit bigger, but it's just basically a COD map in the middle of a Battlefield map. It's kind of a weird choice. I think it's designed for people to play team deathmatch and domination and things in it. I don't rate it as a map. It might be a situation where you play a lot of Conquest and Rush on it and it starts to take on different form, and what I played of it wasn't actually everything that it can be, but certainly what I played of it, I thought it was a really weak map, too flat, too many opportunities to camp, very much like an infantry-based map. It didn't really feel like a Battlefield map. Next one after that is called Altai Range, which is a wicked map. We played Conquest on that, and it has a huge mountain in the middle, and then that has a capture point on it, and it overlooks all the rest of the capture points, so you can kind of snipe and overwatch them all from there. And there's a kind of the balance of power between having people on the ground trying to capture stuff and having, you know, trying to control the mountain basically. So that's a nice. It's kind of like a specialized map, and that's kind of cool. There's a jungle map called Guilin Peaks, I believe it's called, if that's right. That's okay. It has this really, really hectic choke point in the middle where it's like a tunnel on top of a hill, and you can go around it, but it's much easier to go through it if you're trying to get somewhere quickly. But it just kind of turns into a wood chipper. It's a bit like the, Metro where the ticket things are, where you put your ticket in. You know, it's just rockets. Yeah. So it's kind of like that, but because we're also at the point where you're trying to learn the different exits and entrances and the spawns and everything like that. Not the spawns, but just like where people might be coming from. It was basically a nightmare to play. We played Obliteration on that, and I think a game of CTF. And because of the nature of those games, it meant everything was going through that wood chipper. Whereas I think it would actually probably be a better map for Conquest, but I can imagine on Rush with that bit's going to be a nightmare. It would probably be quite fun, but it's going to be the type of thing where you can lose a bunch of lives just spawning on your teammates and getting killed. I mean, that's what was happening. I was spawning on teammates and getting killed as I spawned over and over and over again. Admittedly, I should have then just spawned at my base, but you know what it's like. And then the last one is Dragon Pass, which I believe is a remake of Dragon Valley from Battlefield 2, which I never played. I never played Battlefield 2 on PC, but it's like a classic map. Quite a big, rangy green map, more of an open map with vehicles, kind of undulating terrain. It's nothing is specialised as we've seen in some of the cooler maps in Battlefield 3 and 4. It feels just like a big open space. It's fine. I mean, it's going to be one of those ones again that will take on more personality as you play it more, but it didn't seem to have any massive standout points. A lot of like one-story huts, some very sort of low hills, a bit of cover here and there, plenty of open space. Just like a room to play Battlefield in, really. Nothing, no like big set pieces. And from what I could work out, and it does seem to be the case, there was no levolution in any of them. I hate even saying that word, but there was nothing to write home about. There's some subtle stuff apparently with like there's a mist in the jungle level, but there was nothing. You know, you're not seeing any fucking downballs shattering and water going everywhere in any of these levels. So I was a little bit underwhelmed by it, but it was fine. I mean, it's four new maps. They're fine spaces, but they don't really have the same sort of theme as some of the best some of the best, what do you call it, the best Battlefield 3 maps, you know, everything was themed, doesn't it? And this doesn't really feel like that, but so I can kind of see why they were giving it away for free, like Back to Karkland or whatever it was in Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine. They're fine, but they're not classics.